good to have you here tonight, Mr. Producer. We almost had a scare right before the show, but he pulled through. We're always glad to have him. Angie's in her place, ready to go. We're going to meet her in just a minute. But I am Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn Fun, your intrepid host of Craft Roulette, and this is Craft Roulette. If you are here after seeing Kathy Zielski last week, we welcome you. We're so glad you're here. If you are here to support Miss Angie, we'd love to meet you as well, including that poor husband of hers, Alan. He's right there with you guys. So welcome him and all of Angie's friends. We are really glad you're here. What is Craft Roulette? Well, we're going to tell you a little bit more later in the show, but it is. Are you ready? Deep breath, the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge, and we are live almost every Friday night. And we're always saving a place just for you guys to show up and make some cards with us. Slideshow, if you were here early enough to get to see all those wonderful slides. What a bunch. All the H's that you guys came up with were just hilarious and humbling. And nobody had humble, what was that? Charlotte's Web thing? Humble pig. We didn't even have that. H may have to come back just for Charlotte's Web. But there were 388 cards. That's so many cards. 8 videos. That's so many videos. And 8 bonus cards because we can't get enough of just by 388. We'll see a few of those later, including our first timers, our major milestone achievers, and our leading ladies later, and we're going to celebrate your accomplishments soon. But first, we want to make sure if you would give us a Vinny or a thumbs up, we would appreciate it. Share it with your buddies, and so you can just sit back and relax and not have to worry about the work of YouTube. You know, we all have you working here. And if you could subscribe, if you haven't, we would love that too, because we are marching toward the 10,000 goal by the end of the year. So. And if you have 3 or 4 YouTube channels, we are not against you pulling out the stops and joining with all of them. Not at all. No problem at all. Spin sponsors. We have 5 great spin sponsors this month. A spin sponsor is a company or an individual even, who comes alongside and gives away stuff for the people who have sent in cards. Whimsy Stamps is joining us. This Calls for Confetti is also joining us this month. Each one of these companies are so generous. We appreciate them. Desiree Tangles with Paper has a new stamp line. She is one of our guests as well. We're real proud of her. And LDRS, we know who she is. If you are here from Angie's channel, you know who they are better than we, and we'd love to know more about them. I bet we will learn a little bit more. And CZ Designs, Kathy Zielski. If you sent in one of those 388 cards last week, your name will be on the little tumbler at the end of the show and be eligible for a giveaway. So stick around because you have to claim it. But you almost always claim it. So it's not even a problem. By the way, Black Friday is next Friday, so by the time you get here for the show, you'll be all shopped out, probably. But make sure, if you wouldn't mind, go through the craftroulette.live website. There's a spin sponsor, and just go through the links there so we can see that you are checking into those companies. And there are also some discounts and affiliate links that we appreciate you using too. Boy, this is such a speech. I'm sorry. We are not sponsored by companies. We have patrons that we always like to say salute and thank you. There's how to become a patron. And we have so much going on over there. It's not even funny. It's not like, we just do a little extra tutorial or anything. We do a lot over there, including a 3rd show called The Patron Show. And we had Hat Trick Smith on this week, and we talked about the cards that were by the patrons, for the patrons, and with a patron. It's a ton of fun. And that's all for all levels. There's different levels. Anyway, we'll talk more about that later. But patrons, you rock. You keep us coming right here every Friday and Tuesday night. We do want to welcome Patty G, Carrie Giletto, who I got to meet on a call, and Heidi Robbins, our new patrons this week. Thank you guys so much. Lisa Bremer sent these cute little earrings. and I let Mr. Mike use them tonight. He is wearing a nice little shirt made by the House of DeTizio, Arlene DeTizio, and his lovely new. I kind of put this on when we have a new guest because we always ask, are you team orange, team purple? So he has on his team orange purple jumper from Marianne Hill in the UK. And then Lisa Bremer sent some cute little gifts for us this week, including some little earrings with wheels on them. We love wheels. So thank you. Thank you so much. We also, if you haven't seen Cool Mary, stay tuned. We do have an ad with Cool Mary, but we do have a Wheel Factory stamp or die and stamp set for those pesky parameters that you run across every Friday evening. Oh my gosh. Are we something? Yes, we're just full. If you like nutty kind of card makers that are maybe not always traditional, you may like it right here. Just stay tuned. We do have a wonderful guest. I have enjoyed getting to know Angie just a few minutes here and there this week. This is her first time. I want everybody to give a warm Craft Roulette welcome to our Michigander, Angi Hunt from LDRS Creative. Welcome!
Hi.
And the crowd went wild. You can't quite hear it probably, but there is a little applause going on. We are glad to have you. Welcome to Craft Roulette.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
aren't you brave?
Excited and nervous.
But I like to tell our guests that just means you want to do a good job, and there's nothing wrong with that. We appreciate that, actually. So that's not a bad thing at all. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, because there are maybe a couple people that haven't met you here on Craft Roulette.
Sure. Well, I am the owner of LDRS Creative. We're located in Michigan. We're in, I think, I want to say, is it our 12th year, I think?
Oh.
But yeah, no, I've been, for my entire life, as far back as I can remember, I've loved to draw, I've loved to paint, I loved to color. And when my son was little, really little, I got into card making. And I just kind of started noticing that there were some things that I kind of wanted to do creatively, and I couldn't find the products to do them, and that's kind of what starts you thinking of maybe I can make my own kind of thing. And so, yeah, so that's really how LDRS Creative was born. And like I said, I think we're in our 12th year right now.
That's incredible.
It's just a lot of fun. So yeah, I don't actually illustrate anymore. I am like the creative, the creative mind or whatever behind everything, all the collections. And so yeah, it's just fun. I get to do my favorite thing all the time. So that's pretty cool.
That is good news. That is good. Yeah. I wanted to mention that Chris Hofestall wrote to us and said one thing that she likes about Craft Roulette, and I'm not tooting my own horn for tooting my own horn, but that is that she gets to learn about new craft companies. And so she's been binging your videos. Another hidden gem, she calls you, has been revealed. And you produce great videos and gorgeous cards. I thought you might like hearing that.
One of my favorite things to do is to teach. And that's where I think that's where I would say that's where I feel like I thrive there. I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I enjoy connecting with people. And, when COVID hit, we weren't doing in-person stuff anymore. And so just like everybody else, I think within 2 weeks, we were doing videos on a weekly basis. And it just gave us a way to connect with everybody, even more than we were able to before. And so almost every Thursday night, we do live videos, and not quite like this. I do plan.
But you didn't the other night. You didn't the other night.
No,
you were
I
practicing.
didn't the other night.
And you did great.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you did great. I enjoyed. They were cute cards, and they weren't difficult.
Thank you.
You figured it out already. You haven't even done this, and you know how to do it.
Well, I used to do real elaborate card making. I used to spend 3 hours because I love watercoloring. I used to spend 3 hours just painting a picture. I'd stamp, and I would just hand paint everything with watercolors and even Copic markers. And I would spend hours doing that. And I don't have time for that anymore. Plus, Clean and Simple has just really taken off, and it's been it's really been a lifesaver, I think, in terms of, making it possible for people who are really busy, and we're all really busy, to still be able to sit down and be creative and do something that's personalized and customized for somebody, but it doesn't always have to take, 3 hours to do it. So
it's true. I hope we don't take 3 hours. If we are going to take 3 hours tonight to do this, you guys might want to just get an extra box of crackers or something. No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But I know what you mean. And I'm hearing a lot of passion in your speech here. So I think we need to get on with it. But you did have a question for me. What is
my question? What is craft roulette?
You did it. That's the hard part. That's the hard part. You did it. Well, we've got a little video to discuss what is craft roulette. We will be right back after this to talk about our achievers and get to spinning. Thank you for joining us tonight, Chatterbox, Mr. Producer, and Angie and Alan. We'll be right back.
What is craft roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfund.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
And that's what craft roulette is. And everybody's asking the question. Sometimes just a little, they just don't know to ask right away. We were laughing because Angie thought it was at the end of the show. I apparently did not communicate well. New? Is that new? No. I've got a special knack. Anyway, we are going to be closing up 189 here with a recap and giving you some huzzas for your achievements this week. We had 388 cards, and my goodness, they were all so different and fun and wonderful. That means we are up to 24,881 cards totally, which is over 22 miles of cards if you lay them out one by each other for 22 miles. That's a lot, you guys. Look at your pins all over the world. Oh, before we go past this, Mr. Producer, Kimberly Donarski sent this incredible report to me about how many people are from where in different countries and from on the map. And she's just from this particular episode. And I will say there are none from Antarctica. None. But you knew that. But we have Australia, Barbados, Canada, Denmark, Ecuador, Germany, Great Britain or Canada, Ireland, Netherlands, New Zealand, Nigeria, Scotland, South Africa, Spain, Switzerland, UK, US, and Vietnam. That was just last week. It's a fanciful and wonderful report, and I shared it with my family that loves numbers. And she's got graphs. Kim, you made it so special. I felt like a business. I felt like a corporation, but I am an LLC, but I'm not a Fortune 500. I felt like I was a Fortune 500. So thank you so much. Really good. It's really good information. Anyway, where was I? Who knows? Anyway, this is 189. We are closing the door on it. And it was a good one. We had A2, forest color, starts with H. postage stamp and mark. What did the patrons think of this episode? They thought pretty good for your creativity. See how this is all, they get to fill out all these little forms. Didn't think it was very difficult, and I think that's pretty evident with 388 cards. They did enjoy the project. The A2, you know, we love our A2s. Color parameter, you liked that as well. And, you know, forest colors may seem like they're a little bit limiting, but nah, they're not. And you enjoyed the element of starts with H. And I was thinking today, if this had been summer in the Northern Hemisphere, how many different H's we would have gotten instead of so many Santa Clauses. Something to think about. And did they enjoy the random parameter of the postage mark? Well, I know that Irene Hat Trick Smith said she loved the postage style cards. And it ensured her, she's a punster, it ensured her of her card being first class. Bump. So, thank you for filling out those patron forms and giving us some feedback. It does help us when we are deciding on future parameters. So, all parameters are doable. This was my card with my little Boomy Dog faux stamp in the corner and a great big wonky hi. I took the easy route. I'm not ashamed to say it. Our guest was Kathy Zilski, and she used this waffle flower die, and it is everywhere in the gallery. If you don't know about our galleries, each of our episodes have the galleries of the cards from that week. So they're fantastic for references, such as if you need to have a gift card or you're looking for pop-ups or anything like that. They're like specific Pinterest boards. And Kathy was great with her. She's always a lot of fun. We just love her. So this was her card with her ho, ho, ho. But that dies everywhere. I don't even know how many there are. Well, we're going to invite Angie on to celebrate our achievers, including welcoming our first-timers, our major milestone achievers, and we've got some pretty big ones up there, and our leading ladies that we appreciate so much. Oh, the Zilski's here. Good to see you, Kathy. There's your card.
Hey, Kathy.
It's nice
I
to
love
have
that
you.
card.
It's good looking.
It is. It's beautiful. I love that it's got the two-tone green, the little ho-ho-hos. It's clean, it's simple, but it's gorgeous. That's just one ink?
It's just one ink.
Yeah, she's talented.
Yeah,
beautiful.
She is. And she's a good kid. She's fun to have on. And she felt like she was a complete pro. So, Kathy, if you have a word of advice for Angie, let us know. All right? But while we wait for that sage wisdom, let's go ahead and say who's off for our major milestone achievers and welcome our first-timers. We have a bunch of them, Kathy. I want to see how many you recognize. No, I meant Kathy. Catherine Morgan from Ohio. There's that die. Michelle Martin from Florida.
Oh, wow.
Looks primitive. Patty from Canada. I know, you get them for the first time and go, oh, I hope they come back. Karen from Washington. Kind of collagey and fun. Amanda from the USA. Good.
That's adorable. I love how they're all so different, too.
Yep. Pam from Virginia.
That's gorgeous.
Carrie from Texas. She's got some designer team experience and videoing. Anna from Germany. Isn't that precious? That's just lovely.
Yeah, that
Leah
looks like
from
Michigan.
Leah from the UK. Dominic from Ohio. We're so glad you guys came and joined us. Heidi from Tennessee. Another kind of collagey look.
Mm-hmm.
Diane from Minnesota. Holidays. Pam from Idaho. Happy.
Oh, look at him.
Bettina from Alabama. Their little male. They're so cute.
Oh, yes. Just adorable.
Deanna from British Columbia. Sweet little card. Lisa Marie from Minnesota. Also a first-timer.
Very pretty.
Danella, I believe, from Germany. Those bottle brush trees are cute.
Yeah,
Paulette
I love all the colors in those trees. That was beautiful.
from Indiana
Sorry.
and Karen from Georgia. You're fine. Our major milestone achievers, those that have sent in 25, 50, 75, etc. cards for 25
goodness.
milestones. Doug from Montana. I can't believe it's already been 25, Doug. Cindy from Virginia, 25.
Oh,
Yeehaw!
look how cute that is.
Lenine from Washington, 25
Very
consecutive
vintage.
cards. Stephanie from Germany. Well done, Miss Stephanie. Elaine from Spokane, 25 consecutive. Well done. Bad dad jokes and all. Sue Harrington from UK. If I could send you some emoticons, I would, because that's how she leaves comments. Lori Moore from Brooklyn, 25 cards. Allison Cope from Medicine Hat, Alberta, one of our good friends. Well done.
That's beautiful too. Wow.
Jay Thomas has hit 50. Well done, Jay.
50
Vanessa?
cards?
Vanessa, wait for it. 75 for Vanessa. Smurf Murphy has hit 150 cards.
Oh,
Well
wow.
done, Smurfy. And Jackpot Muller has hit 150 as well. Now our leaders.
That's
Are you
crazy.
ready for
Wow.
some big numbers?
The 150 wasn't a leader?
Well, she is a leader, and there she is again. And we love this card, Smurfy.
That's
And
gorgeous.
Jackie
That almost
Jackpot.
looked store-bought. That was so pretty.
I know.
I mean, it just looked... It looked like... Because it was like... still
Kathy
kinda like,
Herring,
you know, it didn't have dimension, but
154.
gorgeous.
I'm sorry to interrupt. 5K
I'm
now,
sorry.
6K Lamone, 156 cards. Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis has sent in 167 consecutively. And our leading lady, Patty Beck, has sent in 184. She's never missed a week since episode 5. Woo! Baby, salute. Those are
Wow.
awesome numbers. Yeah.
Is it okay if I have a favorite?
I don't
Is
know.
that bad?
Probably. Was there one
card,
that
and I'm
stuck out?
Sorry. Yeah, well, yeah, that one that I said almost looked store-bought because it didn't look like there was any physical dimension on it, but all the layers and all the colors, and it was just so amazing and almost looked printed. It was done so beautifully. It was, I loved that one with all the trees and all that depth.
Mhm.
I don't know who did
Yeah.
it, but that was stunning. It was so
That
pretty.
was Smurf. That was Smurf. She is not blue, but she is Smurf. And she has been
well,
with us for a long
That's
time.
gorgeous.
Yeah, it
Very
really
gorgeous
was. We
card.
had
I mean, they were all beautiful, but
Oh,
that one
they
really
all have
stood out
something.
to me.
we talked about that card on the patron show this week, and so I looked at it pretty hard and heavy, and it was
Yeah.
we were just amazed by how pretty it was.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of
so-
dimension or depth in
Right.
that. It was just really pretty.
And that is
Okay.
something that people kind of struggle with sometimes. We were talking about it on
Yeah.
the show. The dimension, perspective, and stuff like that is kind of
Mhm.
tricky, especially since we're working
Yep.
on a flat surface. But
Well, she absolutely nailed it with that one. That was gorgeous.
she did. She did. Well, I think that's nice that you would give her a little extra kudos because we're so happy that y'all send in cards, that you spend some time taking care of yourself, doing something that you like, your little card making hobby. But it's not just a little card making hobby. It is something special, and we're glad that you include us in part of that when you make a card and share it with us. So well done, guys. I'm proud of you every
Looks like
week.
We missed Kathy Day on the 25.
Kathy Day on the 25. Well, I am so sorry. We will put your card up on the Facebook group if you are not in our Facebook group. It is the Craft Roulette Show. It is a private group, so just answer the questions and join us. We have a lot of fun over there, and I will make sure that your card is featured so that we don't we don't lose you. Plus, I will put it in the achievement board as well. But I'm sorry. I hate that. I really do.
It's a manual process adding all those. Sometimes it's a little tricky going through 400 cards.
388 cards. Did
my
I get them all?
goodness. Wow.
But it's not as bad as it used to be. So anyway, we thank you so much. But this brings to an end episode 189, where we had the Zilski on. Did we get any words of wisdom from the Kathy?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But we'll read it tomorrow, and when it will be too late. There are the parameters that we are going to be working with this week. We're going to have a spin for 4 of them, and we don't know what they are going to be, and we're going to make something, and it's going to be amazing. Right? Right. That's right. I'm hearing sighs and deep breaths, and it's all that.
What have I done?
But first, before we start to spin Mr. Wheel, we do want to add some vetoes. Each week, our patrons get to veto 1 from each column, and let's see what they said for project. It just means that we will spin again if it does land on any of these vetoed items, and the wheel cannot make us do card with 2 tags. That is not going to be something the wheel makes us do tonight. Okay. That was I'm okay with that. For color, they said they do not want supper table. Okay. Who knows what supper table is? We don't have to know what they are until we get them. For element, they said no to nails. You know, this is kind of coming up as a thing that you guys really don't like, nails. So we won't do nails tonight. At least we don't have to. Okay. Now, if you do something that you want to do, have nails on, you still can. But you don't have to. And for random, what did they say? No to chart. They hate chart too. They just hate chart. Okay. Charts are kind of fun though. Tamara Andrews said, watch one day and we'll get all our vetoes as parameters. Wouldn't that be something? In my case, a card with 2 tags, separate colors, and somehow has containers and charts. We didn't get quite that this time, but you got a couple, Tamara. You hit a couple right on the nails on the head. Yes, yes. So this is your chance, Miss Angie. Do you want to veto something?
Well, there were a few that scared me.
Fair enough.
So I settled on Joyfold card.
Okay. Joyfold is now off the parameter list. We don't have to do it, even if he lands on it. We'll spin again. Okay. Now, where would you like to put your chips?
Whew. Well, I wasn't sure if guest choice was one that I could.
Yes, that's what Kathy did last week.
Okay. Yeah, for me, an A2 card is always my go-to. So.
Actually, Kathy wanted a holiday card, but she got guest choice. The wheel landed on guest choice, and she chose A2.
Okay. So mine would be number 1, A2.
All right. What colors do you like?
For the colors, number 2 was my favorite. Happy colors.
Happy colors. Good choice. So far, your card would be really cute. And for element, what would you use for kind of a theme?
13 is what I was thinking, which is, I think it was centerpiece.
Yeah. That's actually been vetoed before.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I think this time of year, though, with Thanksgiving coming.
Well, I'm trying to kind of hone in on a theme here. If I could actually choose these, it'd be great because I already know what card I'd do.
That's okay.
And then the last one was number 1, polka dots.
Polka dots is like the favorite of guests. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I love it too.
Well, I think it's fun for texture.
Mm-hmm.
Just think it's really fun just for adding interest. No, it doesn't take over. It's not real commanding. It just, you can kind of layer it in there and do something really pretty and simple with it, and it just kind of holds its own but doesn't take over your card.
Right, but adds some interest. Well, I think the card that's in your mind is really cute. But let's see what Mr. Wheel has up his little spinner tonight. Let's give him a warm up.
Oh no. Okay.
We're almost to the fun part. Angie, almost. And for project, what will we do? Will we get guest choice? Not tonight. A fancy fold. We're going to talk about each and every one of these in just a minute. I saw that face. We're going to talk about each and every one of these, and it will be okay. We're getting some hearts on that and some laughing faces.
Remember when I vetoed a Joyfold card?
You know, I might use a Joyfold card because they're that simple. Just because. And for color, I'm seeing lots of different expressions there in your emoticons. Number 8 for color, aquarium. They can have happy colors in aquariums.
Okay.
And for element, be nice, Mr. Wheel. November. You can have a centerpiece in November.
Oh, November. Okay.
Because there's a lot that goes on in November, and we will be hearing from our chatterboxes.
Aquarium colors.
Uh-huh. And for random, will we get some polka dots? This is okay so far. Well, and then there's 20. Oh, I thought it said 13, which is web, and I should take that one off. 23, a 3-item cluster. Those clusters get to people,
that's
too.
easy. Nah.
So maybe we'll talk a little bit about clusters. If you have never seen the show before, this probably doesn't make any sense to you at all at this point. We hope that we can make that clearer for you in a few minutes. A couple things about this. This is your art project. We aren't going to tell you what to do or what to use. If you do want to play along with us, you need to include those 4 parameters in the way that you interpret them. Now, since it is an art project, we always like to remind everybody that there is the literal HEY Google, so it doesn't go off. HEY Google, what are aquarium colors? And HEY Google will come back with some different parameters or some ideas for you. Then you can decide whether you want to use those exactly or if you want to interpret them in a different way. And all the places in between are the abstract interpretation and the literal interpretation are fair game. So that is always what I like to say. And that is why we get such incredibly different cards each and every week, because we just throw you out into the aquarium, the deep end of the aquarium, and say swim. So anyway, fancy fold. You made a face. There are a lot of fancy folds that are not fancy, but they're just simple.
I figured it out.
Okay, we're totally good with Z-fold cards, gatefold cards, joyfold cards. All of those things would qualify or meet the justification of what a fancy fold is to us. We get some remarkable fancy folds. But if you are not a fancy folder...
Am I supposed to say what I'm thinking?
Yeah, you can pipe right in.
Because my first thought when with fancy fold was I'll do a gatefold card. Can I say why?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, because a gatefold card, isn't that like a trifold? Doesn't that go like this?
Mm-hmm. It has a little opening in front and just opens right up.
Yeah, because then I can have it fold like that, but I can still put, this is me thinking, how do I get back to my standard A2?
Right.
I can put that on the front of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can still create what I want to create and have it open in a gatefold fashion.
You just described what we do. We just figure out how to get around. It's like you get a hard test in school and you go, I got an answer. It's not maybe the answer that the teacher wants, but I'm going to put it down anyway. And we say, but here at Craft Roulette, we say, good for you. Yeah, make it work. Make it yours. And if you can justify it, we're all about it. So I think you got that figured out. So we'll see all sorts of different kinds of fancy folds, and they're really fun. We have some like Sue Small Crider that makes remarkable fancy folds with all these intricate kind of pop-up dies and things. Andrea does that also, along with many others. But we'll see some of those, but we'll see some very simple Z folds or Z folds, my friends in Canada. And and things like, and gatefolds. That will be easy. We'll see belly bands, all sorts of fun stuff. It'll be good. It's always fun. We're just waiting now to see what you guys come up with. Aquarium colors. You didn't seem to make too much a fuss. Aquarium colors to me can be happy or blues and greens.
Well, when you think of what it looks like underwater and you think of, I watch Planet Earth a lot. I absolutely love the Planet Earth shows. And when you actually take a look at what is found in, underwater, I mean, it's almost every color in the rainbow. So when you think of an aquarium color, you can even get silvers in there. And then when you pair that with November and your blues, your greens, there's pinks. I mean, there's all kinds of gorgeous colors that you can bring together with aquarium and November. So I'm good. You can even bring purple into that. Purples and pinks and all of that. They're all of those cool colors, refreshing colors that work both with the aquarium and for November. At least November here in Michigan, it's cold. So,
well, think of Nemo.
I'm good.
Think of Finding
so
Nemo.
Much better.
Yeah.
There were so many colors in Nemo. They can be orange, and that would play into November. Now, one thing, Angie, that a lot of people do is they'll take the parameter of whatever the theme is in colors and pair it with the element. And so I don't doubt that we will see some aquarium type and fish type parameters somehow or other mixed in with November. I'm not sure how that's going to work. That's a little bit of a stretch for me, but somebody's going to figure it out. I know it. Yeah. Michelle Lupton. Think of the aquarium on 42 Wallaby Way in Sydney. That's right. Straight out of Nemo.
Well, yeah. Think about, I mean, what if you're in New Zealand, if you're in Australia, if you're in Hawaii or whatever, what it's like there in November, they could be surfing for all we know. So yeah, you can have anything.
Yeah. And the little anemones and the corals and the different colors that they can get. And there's always the little scuba guy that bounces up and down in all the aquariums. So who knows what colors we're going to come up with. It'll be fun. And November, here in the United States, we have Thanksgiving. So that's my first thought is Thanksgiving, but not my only thought. We also have Veterans Day. And so, and I know that, so we could do poppies or something along those lines. You can always go to, and I'm expecting the Chatterbox to start piping in with some of the odd November holidays. I don't know what they are right off. But you could also talk about weather in November, or maybe you go to see your grandmother at Thanksgiving. So
Clownfish with a pilgrim hat. That was a suggestion in chat.
Very cute.
I could get behind that. Or it could be something personal in November that happens. Maybe it's a birthday. Maybe you're going to go out and have a cup of coffee with a friend. It doesn't have to be, it can be whatever you think of. We got football there. Go Chiefs. Yes, Ellen. Yes, I saw you say something. No, the Chiefs are playing the Eagles on Monday night. So, National Candy Bar Day. Take a hike day. That could be an interesting card.
I think if it were up to my husband, he would do a Formula One in Las Vegas card.
Well, there you go.
They're going to be
Alan. We'd love to have a card from you. There is no shave November, so there you could bring in Santa Claus again. Anniversary for Mr. and Mrs. Birthday Bob. These are good. Black Friday, you could do something with a black. Yeah, something black, a shopping bag maybe. Lots of fun things. You guys are going to have a lot of fun with this parameter. And then we have 3-item cluster. Do not be afraid. Don't turn off the computer. Don't go sit in the corner. You can do 3 items. Think about different 3 items. If you had, I'm trying to think with No Shave November, how could you do it? You could have a Santa with a little bag, and what else? Maybe a flower, a poinsettia. You could do all those 3 things together. If they're in a cluster, it does kind of sound like they're going to be touching. So they're probably not going to be different places.
I immediately went to decorative. What can I decorate with? Little gems, little enamel dots, things like that. I could put in clusters around to add, dimension and texture to my card without being too over the top with, the things. That way I could add a few little things around in there just to decorate them.
Because each of these parameters do not have to be the focal point. They can just be fit into the card in details, or even very cleverly hidden almost, but they just have to be there. So, see now, are you doing okay? Do you have a card kind of
I
in
do.
mind?
I have a plan.
I knew it.
We'll see how it goes.
Knew it. I didn't have a doubt in my mind that you would come up with something. I, however, am a little bit floundering, but this is not unusual at this point either. I will just find something over here and just go, this is going to work. And we're going to have a lot of fun just talking about this bunch of cards and what you guys are going to do with it too. But first, we have a word from Cool Mary and her friends. We'll be right back with the supplies.
All right.
We got it.
Does card making ever wear you out? Are you just having one of those days? You ever say to yourself, I wish there were more Craft Roulette on each week? Well, have we got good news for you? In Review is like part 2 of Craft Roulette, which features you, our card contributors. It'll be easy to find because it airs here on our Craft Roulette YouTube channel. We go live almost every Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Central, and we do a number of fun things during the show, including Mail Call, where I share some of the nice cards and goodies people send us. Our Card Showcase, where we take a longer look at some of the contributions sent in from the most recent episode. And our Who Done It Mystery Game, where I recreate a card from the most recent episode's gallery, live on air. Everyone in the live chat gets to try and figure out which card I'm recreating. So, if you want more of what we do on Craft Roulette, you'll love our show, In Review. The Who Done It Mystery Game is just a game, and we do not actually solve mysteries, but we do actually solve mysteries. The show is supposed to be on Tuesdays, but we reserve the right to reschedule as necessary. Mary will not always know what she is doing, especially with buttons and or math. Stretchy pants and snacks are not required, but advisable. Please bring a friend. Too much fun for one person included.
Hey, Cool Mary here. You might remember me from my breakthrough role, the In Review infomercial. While normal me and the special guest are gathering their supplies, let me take this opportunity to tell you about our stamp set, our die set. Whoa. Let me, Cool Mary, show you what you can do with them. Tubular. Whoa! Gnarly. Yes, you can order these off our web shop. Every purchase helps support our shows, and in return, you can be like me, Cool Mary. Mary, how does she do it? How does she stay that cool? Gnarly. So, are we going to have some gnarly clusters? You know, peanut clusters are always good. Yeah. Okay, so, I decided, there we go. I conferred with Cool Mary, and she said, you know, November for Cool Mary is time to get cozy. You know, Cool Mary did come back and vacuum my family room last week. Yes, peanut clusters are good. Congratulations, Allie, on your 50th card, too. Yeah, that is good. So it is time to be cozy in my world. I'm ready for it, too. Hunker down, watch the leaves fall. It's good. And then enjoy that fall sunshine when it comes along. It's good stuff. Gnarly. So my aquarium colors, I think I'm going to do a blue background. Got a bunch of inks here. I've got a Papa Bear that is ready to get cozy. And he's going to be on a little frame with his little bookcase and his little light. So that's pretty cozy, don't you think?
Settling in for winter.
Settling in for his hibernation. And he's going to go on a panel on top of a Z-fold card, which is an A2 card with the front panel folded back one. So it's supposed to look like a Z, but there. But it doesn't, right? All right, there we go. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set these off to the side until I decide. Oh, this one has a kitty in it. Well, kitties are cozy. There's our little Kerwin right there. I'm going to fussy cut these all out because I don't want to. I would rather fussy cut than mask. Anybody with me? I suppose. I do have the dies. I'll fussy cut. I like fussy cutting. Call me crazy. Call me crazy, Mary. Is it what I say? Z-fold? It is a Z-fold. Did I say that wrong? It's a Z-fold with a very tall top. You want to see the crazy kitty? Well, let's stamp him first. We'll let him get him nice on so you can see him. There he is. He's cute. He is cute. Oh, I hate it when I lose stamps. Okay, let's look at this. Let's get this big guy. Oh, come on. Let's just gently touch. You can tell I've had a heavy hand with this guy. He's all black. His acrylic is all darkened, if it's okay. A mini Kerwin. But I can't do him as a black Kerwin because he looks like a t-shirt with pointed little ears on top of his t-shirt. I can't find him a lot of times because I think he's a t-shirt wadded up on a bed, but it's Kerwin. I know. Mrs. Birthday Bob. I miss Sandy and Travis too. I happen to know they're in Connecticut though this weekend. And that they found out that it's 20 hours to get here. So they're not coming to visit. But wouldn't that be fun? I know. I will tell those two that they are wanted on Craft Roulette. Yeah. They're good. Oh, I got that a little heavy-handed too. That's okay. Angie is getting her things. I think I'll do that one again. Angie is getting her things. She'll be with us in just a minute. She already had an idea, so I think she's just spending time finding what she was thinking about. Somebody said something about aquarium gravel. And there's a million different colors of aquarium gravel, and they're usually pretty bright. I think she's ready to come back.
We're going to bring Angie back.
She's got a mess going on. She'll fit right in. Well,
This is everything I've grabbed. All right, so this is what I've
what
grabbed.
are you thinking?
I've started nothing yet. So I'm thinking, let me find my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to do, I love doing scene building. So this is maybe not going to be so, it's not going to be so, what's the word I'm looking for? Clean and simple, but it's going to be hopefully cute. So the cool colors, I thought, when I think of the water, I thought of these colors. I thought it'd be really pretty. I thought of the water, like the aquarium. So this is a kind of a nice this is a color that I actually use for whenever I'm creating water. And it's called Marina Madness. See, Marina Madness.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's, nobody can argue with me on the colors. This one's actually called Bally Blue. See, these are watercolors.
It's destiny. It's destiny.
Yes. And dark wash jeans, but it's still just a darker blue.
And they washed they washed them in the water, in the aquarium.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've got those. And what else did I pull here? I don't know what I'm going to use. I just started grabbing things. I have
Fair
a
enough.
concept. We'll see. So in my little storage thing here, I think I'm going to work with one of my frames. We'll see how that goes. But this is maybe going to be the star of my show. This is our Snow Dear to Me stamps. And then we have the dies on the back.
That'll be cute.
So when I think, one of my favorite things here in Michigan is when the deer come around. And we have the deer all year long. And so I thought this would be really, really fun. I'm going to do, because of November, we get snow in Michigan.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a snowy scene.
Fun.
And I'm going to do it with my Over the Hills die.
Oh, cool.
And I might even be pulling, I have a whole bunch of stuff. I pull a lot of things. I might be pulling in some trees in the background. If I need a little bit of texture somewhere. Oh, I just grabbed a bunch. If I need a little bit of texture, I might use some of our rub-on transfers. I'm thinking this is maybe going to go on the paper somewhere.
Yeah.
I think this is really pretty.
Foil. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got that foil because there's always really shiny, glimmery things in the water, things that kind of sparkle.
Yeah.
When you look at some of the shells and stuff. Yeah. And so I thought it might be fun to have something on there that caught the light, like you see in an aquarium.
Right.
And so, so I grabbed a bunch of things, and then I grabbed these little dots so that I could do my little clusters of 3. So this is where I'm headed.
Now, when you plan your cards, so what do you think the odds are that it will end up being the card that you are thinking it's going to be now?
Well, I think it's going to be pretty close to what's in my head. I'm a really visual person. Mm-hmm. So my husband always thinks I'm crazy. I can walk into a room and I can envision how it's going to look if I move the furniture around. And he's like, are you kidding me? So I'm incredibly visual. So when I visualize what the card is going to look like, I oftentimes come pretty close to it. Sometimes I put it together and I don't like it, but it's still what I visualized.
Fair enough. Yeah, go. Yeah.
So just because it comes together the way I thought doesn't mean it's going to be good. So we'll see what happens.
I bet it's going to be fine. So the card you're visualizing on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the cleanest and 10 being very complicated, what are you thinking right now?
I don't think this is complicated. I think there's just a lot of parts.
Okay.
So I'm not getting into mixed media. I'm not doing all kinds of, difficult coloring. That's actually why I grabbed this stamp set. I'm going to be coloring these little deer. So there's not going to be it's not going to be a whole ton of coloring. So I don't think it's going to be complicated. I just think there's going to be parts to it.
Okay.
And for a moment, I need to think about how I'm supposed to score this.
Okay. Well, give you a minute while I look at the chatterbox and see what they're up to, so you can do your scoring without worrying about anything. Because I don't want you to have a bad night.
Well, we're going to see. Well, you know what? If in case I do it wrong, I have another one.
Okay, that's good.
So,
Very smart.
so we're going to see how it goes.
Well, Kathy Zilski said that this time last week she was running around like crazy finding stuff. And now she's just as cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
But we were all fooled by you, Kathy Zilski, because we thought you were as cool as a cucumber. So, yeah.
I was jealous that she got to sit and relax and watch, but now I'm actually having fun. I mean, I thought that I wasn't having fun before, but you know what I mean. I was nervous.
I do.
Look at that. It worked.
That once you get the idea and you know you're going to do something, then it just gets so much nicer.
Yeah,
you know you can do it.
We're going to see how this is going to work. Okay.
Wrong.
So.
Yeah, there you go. Do you do a lot? Do you do a lot of fancy fold type things, or?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. I'm very simple with what I do. I have to think. Well, and part of it is, you know, all right, I'm going to compare this to cooking versus baking. Okay. I love to cook. When you cook, you can just kind of throw things in and there's no precise measurements. See where I'm going here? There's no precise measurements or anything. Whereas with baking, everything has to be all measured out because it's a science, right?
Right.
And that's how I feel about fancy folds. I think they're gorgeous. I love to look at them, but it lends a little stress in my crafting because if I don't measure things right, it doesn't work out. And maybe it's just an anxiety. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's tough. And then I have learned over the years, and I still fall prey, but I'll think, oh, I've got a fancy fold here. I can do this. I can even show my friends how to do this. And then I go to show them, and it's just like the worst thing I've ever done in my life. I don't know if it's right or left or right, up or down or up. And I just wish I hadn't.
We like to say math is more art than science.
Yes.
Yep, it is around here.
Yeah, I'd like to just really relax and put some music on or something when I'm crafting, and not worry.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to work. So far it's working. I'm getting my measurements right. I'm a happy girl.
Good. We like happy girls. We do. That's much better than panic girls.
Well, that's where I was a little while ago.
You're doing so well.
Settling in.
Yeah. That's good.
So I was originally in my head thinking that this would be silver, that I was going to do something silvery. Like, when you look at, like scales of a fish, sometimes they look kind of silvery. But then I stumbled, as I was looking around, I stumbled on this paper and I thought, well, yeah, but it doesn't have to be silver. It could be anything shimmery.
This is so true.
So, just don't know.
This is so true. I do not want to color this
I can make the argument for gold.
I think it's fine. I bet you could find an aquarium with gold in it. And there's probably a little bobbing, that little deep sea fisher guy. He's probably got some gold on him.
Probably. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that.
In the doctor's office. That's where we see him.
All right. So now I need something to go on the front of this. So this is where my dies come in.
I'm just going to use the chair. I didn't do my bear very well here, but I'm just going to use the chair.
Over here.
Because I do not want to color the chair.
Now, do we have time constraints, or am I okay here?
You are just fine. I had coffee at 4:30.
Oh boy.
my daughter called and said, and I said, oh, I'm having a little dinner and some coffee. And she said, Mom, it's so late for coffee. It's like, I know. She said, you're living on the edge.
I couldn't do it.
The wild
I
side.
couldn't do it.
Yeah. My Friday
I think if I
pet
had
talk.
coffee at 4:30, I would be awake all night.
Yeah.
Of course, I couldn't have coffee. I'm allergic to coffee, but if I had caffeine,
dear.
I should say.
Oh, dear. Yeah, you have some weird allergies, as I saw you talking about on one of your lives. How many allergies
I am the
you have?
Nile
That's just
crane
awful.
of my family. I'm allergic
Oh.
to my number one allergy is grass.
Eek.
I mean, seriously. And then it's like trees, flowers, weeds, all kinds of. It's just, what are you gonna do? It's not
You
so
just
bad that I can't go
stay-
outside. I don't live in a bubble or
Okay.
anything.
Okay. Well, you
I
probably
just
are good
can't
in
walk
Michigan
barefoot in the
then,
grass.
because it's kind of cold and you probably don't have as much pollen. Maybe?
We have a tremendous amount. We have a tremendous.
Oh,
Yeah, the
sorry.
allergies are actually quite bad here. As
Oh, no.
long as I don't live in an orchard, I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I just can't touch the things, like just walking around and stuff.
Interesting.
I'm fine.
Well, that's good.
Sorry about the noise.
You're fine. Well, that's
Yeah,
too
I
bad.
do
hope
not
you
walk
outgrow it
barefoot in the
someday.
grass. Well, that's why I mentioned the orchard, because I was actually about half as bad as I am now until we lived in a different city where it was very country and there were a lot of apple and orchards, just all kinds of different orchards. And I overloaded my system, and that's when I got really hypersensitive.
Oh, I see.
So we had to move.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't know this, but once you like break through a barrier, there's no going back. And that's what I did.
Bummer.
Okay, so this is where we are right now. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But that's going to go on there. Now I need to decorate.
That's the fun part. Yeah,
I'm
that's
kind
looking
of
good
thinking.
already.
Let me see. Let me get another one of these. So, you know what? I need my die again. So one of my favorite things to do, like when I have this, because we have the stitching on here, so I always like to make things line up. I'm going to cut another one of those before I cut my rolling hills. Then I'll have stitching on them both.
Nice. My grandmother had a floor lamp with like this shade that had kind of a gold filigree in it. And so I pulled out some your paper insider little scrap here. And they've got this really fancy paper.
Oh my gosh. You're quite far already. Oops, I'm sticking my head in the camera.
Don't you worry about it. It was the coffee.
I'm falling behind. You're going to be done, and everybody's going to be waiting on me.
No. Don't worry. Seriously. Yeah. It's good. It's all good. I can just take a card and go forever on it. I have slow skills and fast skills.
All right, let's see how this is going to work. So I've got to plan this out a little bit.
Okay, yeah, that sounds hard.
Let's see. I need to know where my little characters and everybody's going.
I thought maybe we'd get poster tonight and you could do some of those stacks like you were doing the other night. I thought that would be perfect for you.
I was all ready. I was ready to go.
Darn you, Mr. Wheel. He said, that's too easy. Is that right? That's kind of what you were thinking you might do?
I would have loved to. I was thinking if we did postcard or something like that, I thought it would be really cute. But this combination just really made me think of, I don't know. I actually probably could have used like our bundle up, our wintry one, and I didn't Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would like it on a gatefold, but it probably would work.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just immediately went right to winter.
There's something good in that. when you get a quick idea, it's almost like just go ahead and roll with it. It just isn't worth
Yeah.
fighting sometimes. Yeah.
I love stencils where you can stencils are so much fun because you can kind of rearrange them in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So I like using the front and the backs of them to see which way, because this one has trees that kind of
that's
go
a
up
good
on a
point.
hill.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to move them around to where I want them to be. I'm
Whip
actually
them
going
into
to wait to
shape.
cut this. Yes.
Yes. Tell them who's boss.
I'm thinking I might pull another color in here. I think I'm going to pull Tropical Sea in as well.
That's still pretty aquarium-y, so you're good to go. We'll get all sorts of colors, though. They're going to come up with all sorts of things for colors because there's
You
no
can find
real
a fish
limit.
of pretty much any color.
There are so many fish
Yes.
colors.
Yep.
Yeah. And
So let me
rocks
see.
and all the other kinds of things. Did I glue that clear to the edge? Oh, silly moi.
Okay. So I'm going to do
Silly, silly
a little bit of a
moi.
sky in here.
Well, I'm excited to see how this turns out. I think
You know what?
it's going to be lovely.
I need a different brush.
When you have everything, including the kitchen sink. And you
Yes,
still don't
that's
have
what
the
I feel
right
like I'm
brush.
doing right now.
Then there's the crafter math, right? Of cleaning up after craft roulette.
I just feel like I'm missing the right color brush. So let's see. Here we go.
I want that. Oh, well. No,
This is
it
the one
doesn't
that I
need to
need.
show through. I'm making it silly hard. Don't do
Right,
that to
where is
yourself.
mine?
Look at this little, my little
sorry, this
cozy
is a mess.
scene. Oh, I like
Look
it.
at that. So, that's where I'm
Oh.
going to be. I'm going to be in the chair in front of the television when we're done.
I forgot to tell you, there really is a thing, a craft roulette hangover that often occurs. And it's just like you want to do something, but you just can't. And you find yourself just sitting there. And it is a craft roulette hangover. And I get one
Kind of like
almost
coming
every
down
Saturday.
off a sugar high.
Kinda, yeah. So beware. Alan, be nice to her tomorrow. Better plan on going out to get the food. But it's okay. It's so far it hasn't been fatal, which I think is very good. My little fat bear. He doesn't have anything on. I am gonna. Are the chatterboxes doing okay? Looks like it.
Everybody busy?
Well, we've already gotten some cards. At least one I saw. come
Really?
through. 3. We've already
Are
gotten
you
3
serious?
cards. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing. I don't know.
How do people
They
craft so fast?
Well, I wonder how much coffee they have. They may really tank up,
There we go.
but we're not in a race, so it's good.
Okay,
So,
let's see.
So if you are wanting to play, you don't have to be in a race. You have till Sunday night. And if you want a long time, you can always be a patron, and they have till Thursday night. So it's like luxurious. I think I'm going to bring in a little brown edging on him so I don't have to do fancy coloring that I'm not going to do. He's a cute little bear. And I saw somebody say he had a bear belly, and I think you're right. He is very comfortable. So are you going, Thanksgiving is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Will you be cooking?
We have a very small Thanksgiving this year. Incredibly small, actually. So there's only going to be 4 of us this year together for Thanksgiving. So we're not doing like a whole turkey. It'll be a just like the turkey breast.
Oh, I was trying to
but
find those yesterday and I couldn't find one. Because that's what I thought we were going to do. So I got chickens instead. Yeah.
Do you have a big gathering?
Not for the meal. So, but then just a small group for the meal, and then we're going to my cousin's for dessert later. So that'll be bigger. Yeah.
Let's see. Where did I put the rest of my stencils?
Which will be fun.
2. Yes. You know, I always look forward to it. I love, when we all get together and stuff.
Right.
I'm having trouble. I can't see very well in here.
Uh-oh. Ooh, this looks so pretty. I wish you could see how pretty it looks. It looks really pretty.
All right, let me see. I have to have my stencils lined up right.
You're good.
All right, I need just a moment because I need to see what I'm doing. And the lights are so bright in here that I can't see which stencils I have. All right, so I have this one.
Funny.
And that went this way. So that's 1. And then here's 2. So this one goes this way. Okay. So here.
They can be kind of confusing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see where I can fit a couple more trees in. Because the great thing about these is you can layer them up.
They're cute too.
Which I think is really, really fun. I think I'm going to do these 2 here. I'm just trying to decide if I want to do a different green. I might combine a couple of greens.
Yeah. I don't think you can go wrong. I think you've got the right idea and a good base. I think you're going to be fine.
Some of it's going to be covered up too once I add in my little deer.
Oh, okay.
So see, by doing that, you can bring more trees in. I think it's really pretty.
Yeah. Oh, look how pretty that is.
Let's see. I think I'm going to put this tall, skinny one maybe down here.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to tape a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. And then, well, there's always the time where you think you can probably do it without taping. And then you lift it up and you go, I really should have taped a little bit.
Oopsie.
Yeah. Not that I would have ever done that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Oh, man.
I don't even think I'm going to come in with another one. I think I'm going to leave that because I think it's kind of abstract and that's kind of pretty.
I think he's kind of cute.
What you got going on? Let me see him.
I got my little bear.
Oh, look at
sitting
that.
in his little
Super
chair
cute.
and his little lamp. He's going to have a little kitty. I'm going to have more than 3 in my cluster. That's okay. At least I have 3, right? You can have more than 3. Okay, little kitty. Come here, little Kerwin. So you probably don't have animals since you have a lot of allergies. You also have that?
Strangely, I am not allergic to animals.
Well, that's nice. That's nice. That's such a common allergy.
Yep, I am not allergic to animals, not at all. But we don't have any. We did have a dog, and she passed away a few years ago. I have an affection for corgis. I absolutely love corgis.
They are so cute. They're little heart bums.
Oh, I just absolutely adore them.
They are so cute. Do you have a stamp set with a corgi?
Not yet.
Not yet.
How's that? How's that for a
That's-
sneak peek coming attraction?
Oh gosh, I didn't know I couldn't. I shouldn't have asked that one, but
No, it's
woo,
all right.
Inside
That's all
scoop,
right.
love it. That's fun.
I'm
There's a catty.
going to see. Now, I'm going to do something I haven't done before. I don't know how this is going to look or how it's going to work, but
Go
I'm
for
gonna go over it.
Why not?
And I'm not going to worry about lining it up perfectly either. I don't care if I line it up
Good.
perfectly. I
Good.
think it's actually pretty even if you don't. And I'm not sure that that's the one. I have to make sure I use the right size tree. Yeah, I think I'm using it. There we go.
How's your breathing? Are you doing pretty well? You've gotten over the worst part. You really have. Now it's just finishing and having fun.
Yeah, now I just feel like I'm kind of in the zone. So
Good.
I'm pretty good right now.
All right. Good.
I feel good. How's that?
I like it. You're really cutting loose. You did talk a little bit in your interview time about teaching, and Roberta, Mrs. Birthday Bob, had a question for you. And she said, do you prefer teaching in person or via virtual, like social media or Zoom? So you've done both.
I have done both.
Do you have
The only thing I
preference?
don't I like different things about both of them. What
There
I
you go.
like the most about teaching virtually is that everybody can really easily see what I'm doing.
That's a good point.
What I, and I can read questions and I can answer questions and stuff. So the Q&A I think is fine. What I think it lacks though is that, being right there with somebody, which I do miss that.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
being able to walk around and see what people are doing even, and answer questions about the work that somebody else might be doing.
Yeah. And the eye
and-
to eye and just kind of connecting that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it.
So I do miss that part of it.
Mm-hmm. Been
But yeah,
so
I
long
think
since
there's
I did that.
yeah, but I think there's benefits to both.
Uh-huh. And it is nice that we have this. It really is nice. It would have been a horrible lockdown without this. I mean, just
Oh,
imagine.
gosh,
So I don't
yes.
even want to think about it. But
No, there's definitely something that is special about crafting with people and connecting with people.
mhm.
That I think is just very, it makes you feel, I know there's just the whole
Mhm.
human connection
Mhm.
is just very important.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I every once in a while I stumble around and go, I really wish I could have some neighbors in or something, just hang out. And then I think, oh, but it's pretty easy not to. And then that moment
You're
passes
funny.
and I'm done. And then I'll see a neighbor and I think, oh, I really do like him. I wish I could, maybe it would be fun to have them all over and make Christmas cards for the other neighbors that we never see. This doesn't have any ink.
It's the thought that counts, right?
It is. Thank you so much. And I've had many of the thoughts, lots of counting.
Oh, that's funny.
That sounds worse than it meant to be sounded. But I take the dog for a walk every day, so I do see a lot of neighbors, and it's really fun. They're nice people, and I think, would they like making cards? Yeah, they probably
Yeah,
would. Would I
that's-
like preparing for it? No.
Yeah,
like
that
preparing
is
for it.
kind of the tough part is, all the work that kind of goes into that. Boy, I don't know if I want to
Right.
stamp more of these.
I like those.
I haven't decided if I want to
did
stamp
too.
some more little stars or not. Maybe just a few.
Yeah.
Very
Clusters.
gently.
There's your little clusters.
There's my 3s. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
perfect.
See how easy that is? Even Alan knew. Right? So does Alan craft with you?
No.
No.
No, no, no. No. No.
That's the long, the short, and the medium answer.
That was a 5-item cluster of no's.
So I'm kind of getting the feeling like it's not his thing.
No, it's not his thing. I
Okay.
don't think I don't know. He has thought about it. He's actually
Thought that
he actually
counts.
told everybody on our live that he was going to do it. I don't know if I
Yeah?
like that gold back there. Uh-oh. I think I need a frame around this.
Hmm.
Like, I'm not crazy about the gold behind it.
It's pretty.
Let me see.
But it may not be your.
Let me
we were talking
see.
about your style and your brand, and maybe it's.
I
pretty,
know that's where I'm having
but
trouble.
it may
All right,
not.
I'm going to be right
be
back.
your
I got to go
thing.
look for some paper.
Okay. Very good.
So you can still hear me. I'm just trying to find a paper that I can use to back this that I think might work nicely with that gold. So I don't have that blue right up against the gold.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I'm thinking. Might be a little better.
It seemed like maybe they didn't quite connect to each other. But they looked pretty still, nonetheless.
Well,
All right.
I don't think I'm going to change it now. So I'm just going to go with it and see how we do. Now, I really want to just trim this really tight up against it. See, this is where I don't even measure. I don't like to measure.
No, measuring, it's not necessary. Not at all.
I just want to eyeball it.
I'm with you. I can do
I'm thinking
advanced measuring like 4 1/4, 5 1/2. So real good at those. I'm making
that's
paneling.
not where I'm at too.
Mr. Cozy Bear
There.
is going to be in a paneled room. Mr. Cozy Bear. He's so cute. Yeah, I
So
like
I'm gonna
that a lot. That looks good.
This here,
Yeah, on the dark
I'm going
blue.
to try. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try and tone this down a little bit. I'm just going to try on my scrap paper. So, and see if I can tame this down a little bit with some color blending.
Okay.
I don't know if this is going to, I have no idea if this is going to work. So I may use it, I may not,
Right.
but I'm just going to play and see.
There you go. You may end up discovering something you go on a bender with.
Yep. Or I may hate it.
You might. It's absolutely true. So how bad does it have to be before you throw it away?
Well, I'm actually doing this on a scrap piece to see
Okay.
if I like it better. Toning down that
Gotcha.
white a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And
Is
then I
the
think it
foil?
gets I think it got too blue. Yeah, but I think it gets too blue that way. I don't know if I like that.
Did the foil still show through, or the shiny part?
Well, I can kind of go like this and rub some of that off so it's still shiny.
Mhm. Yeah.
So then it'll still catch. See, that still catches. I just don't know if I like that.
Hmm.
I think it's too dark that way. So I think I'm going to go back to here. Actually, I think it looks a lot better now that I have the frame on it.
Ooh. I
Well,
think
we're
so.
going to go with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think that
I'm
looks
gonna go
bad
with
at
it.
all.
I'm going to get my snow now. My snowdrift.
You're getting,
Line that
it
up.
looks good with the frames in the chat. So
Well,
Oh,
there you go.
good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
chat
Thank
knows
you. Thank
everything.
you.
They're smart
Chat
people.
sees all. Chat. They are smart. They really
With
are.
the best taste in shows.
Best Friday habits.
Okay, so now I'm going to cut some snow. This, I don't know. I always use it. This is an over the hill die. So if anybody has like a hill die, always this is my biggest tip to everybody. Always take a look at your dies and see how you can use them differently. Because,
Right.
when you think of a hill, you think of like a brown, just a brown hill. I use them for snow. I use them for like beaches, sandy beaches, for all kinds of things, depending on what color. So I always try and reimagine what my stuff is, how I can
Somebody
use it.
said it looked like an eye.
Oh, an
Yeah.
eye?
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
Yeah.
With like Egyptian makeup.
Yeah. Here comes. Yeah. You have an Egyptian line. Cleopatra.
There we go. Yep. All right, so this is what's going to happen. So I need some scissors.
Skizzers.
I really love having dimension on my cards, especially my scenic cards.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we were
always
talking
like to
about,
have foam and
perspective
stuff
and
on 'em.
dimension is
Yeah.
really fun. Yeah. Just it's something that is pretty much unique, often unique to a handmade card.
Oh,
Much
yeah.
more than a industrially made card. Judy G is also from Michigan. She's a good girl too.
Ah,
She would
another
like to know.
Michigander.
Yes. And you don't have a brick and mortar store, is this true?
We do not.
Yeah. I think
do
she
not.
wants to come visit. But-
Oh.
Yeah.
We have often thought of doing something at our offices and our warehouse for people that are close by, just kind of having some sort of a little open house kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we haven't gotten it together, but we've talked about it. So
It's
I
like
didn't know
those
if anybody.
neighbors.
Yeah, exactly. But
It'd be
if
nice to
anybody's
have 'em over.
interested in that, let us know, because
It might give you
it
a
just
little.
might be fun to put together.
Mm-hmm.
But just to meet people.
Yeah. Right.
I
right.
actually, because I don't even have anybody to craft with anymore.
There's a lot of
never know.
that. Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of craft orphans. That's sad. Because, man, we used to have, Susan R. says a LDRS pop-up. Pizza and
Yeah,
pop-up.
pop-up store.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cute.
It would, yeah. That's a great question, Judy. I think she's up north, but you're all up north. But I think that's where she is, up by a lake. But I think there's a lot of lakes too.
Ah, there
Right?
is. Yes.
Yeah.
We've got them all over the place. All right, so I need a couple of
This.
characters now. I haven't even done my stamping yet. What am I thinking?
You are just doing fine. I hope you're enjoying it.
I am.
There you go. Then that's good.
My brain is going a little bit all over the place with what I want to do.
I was wondering too, and maybe I saw something in the chatter box about, would it work to pull some of the gold into like some of your embellishments? Would that help?
I could. I was actually thinking that when I after I stamped, what I should have done, and this is where I think, oh, if I could do it again, what I should have done instead of stamping my stars in the blue, I should have stamped those with an embossing ink and then gold embossed them. That probably would have been really pretty.
Oh, wow. That would be pretty.
But I think it might be a little late now because I already did this.
Well, I know what that feels like because I just glued down all this and now I want this underneath there.
Yeah. But, you know, sometimes you think of things a little bit late.
Oh.
What are you going to do?
A lot in life. Yeah. Are you quick to glue? That's my nemesis. Thinking I have it all figured out. Then gluing it down.
Yeah, I often layer things up and see where I want them placed.
That's a lot of thinking. My hat's off. There we go. I know how to rip things up pretty well, though. Well, that's good.
Yeah, two of these little reindeer.
Sometimes I think I have it figured out, and so then I go ahead and do it. But then I realize, no.
Well, and you know, sometimes when I'm doing some prep, you know, for our Thursday night, I will start the process. I don't necessarily finish the card, but I'll start it so I at least have a sense of where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
And put this in here. And then if something doesn't work out at that point, then I'll change it up when I'm live.
Oh, that's a good, yeah.
To something else, just a little bit. Okay, so now I need some colors. I gotta grab some markers. Let's see. All right, I gotta get up.
So Chatterbox, what is your favorite fancy fold? I got boogers on here, but that's normal. Do you have a favorite? We haven't had fancy fold in a long time.
Are you asking me if I have a fancy fold, or are you asking somebody else?
I was asking the Chatterbox, but just commenting that we haven't had it in a long time. Easel card, they like those. Do you make easel cards are good too. They're very.
I used to when I used to paint a lot of bigger scenes. I used to do big 6x6 cards and easel cards. I think they're gorgeous. I just don't have as much time anymore to do some stuff.
Right.
Sire says A2.
Sire.
What?
Sire Anderson is one of our cards in our group, and he says his fancy fold, his favorite fancy fold is an A2.
There you go. Perfect. I'm there.
One man's fancy is another man's plain. That's good.
Hey, I agree. That is my favorite as well.
There you go. Sire did a card, and he has a video on it. If you guys haven't gone over to watch his video, he hand cut it, everything for his card. On the last one starts with H. Was all hand cut. It was handmade, and it was and he had a whole story that went along with it. It was quite about these trees that are left in the tree lot, I believe, as I recall. They're left in the tree lot and what happens to them and the dew and the rain and it was fantastic. He's got quite the imagination.
Wow.
He is quite the character. We like him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And I just chuckle when I watch his videos because he's chuckling too. So you just chuckle along with him and it's just so fun.
All right, I'm going to do my best to try and keep talking a little bit. I don't necessarily talk a lot when I color.
Your tongue has to be in
the
right
I'm going
place.
to try. Yeah, well, to think about where I'm laying the color down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a little quick and easy with it, but we'll see how it goes.
It's different, isn't it, when you're when you're doing a live and you're talking about what you're doing compared to doing this, and you're not
Well, yes,
necessarily
exactly.
talking
Telling
about what you're
people,
doing.
right, and telling people about how I'm doing and what I'm doing, why I'm laying the color down a certain way is a lot different than having a conversation about something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you're when you're focused on what you're doing, it's easier to talk about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I have something we can do really fast. I just put Sire's channel in the chat, and it looks like he's pretty close to 1,000 subscribers.
Do it.
So if we could get him
Nice.
to 1,000,
That would be extra cool. I'd give away an extra goodie bag.
Very cool.
And he doesn't, I don't even, he just enjoys it. It's pure unadulterated. He enjoys making cards, and
That's awesome.
It's just super refreshing.
Well, it's so relaxing. You know, it's I always say it for me, it kind of takes me back to my childhood, and that's what crafting really does. And that's what I think a lot of people forget about as they get older, is how much they love to color and stuff when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when you really think about it and you start doing this, it just kind of takes you back to, at least me, that's what it does for me. It takes me back to when I was a kid and things were easy, and you know, you could just kind of relax into it and you don't have any worries. And I think that's why it's so calming for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You kind of get out of your head and not worry about any of the stuff
he's
that you've
already
really
at 1,000.
got going on.
Oh, excuse me. He's already over 1,000. Well done, crafters and craftettes.
Awesome.
but that
Well,
doesn't mean our
That just
job's
happened right
over.
now? That was
Just
just
happened.
from, very
was
nice.
close.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
That's neat. And if you have not subscribed to LDRS, it's that LDRS, right? It's under your company name.
Yep, it's
Creative.
LDRS Creative.
So
Her
please.
channel is linked in the title of our video, so all you have to do is click on the title, and it'll take her right to her channel.
And you need to have somewhere to go on Thursday nights.
Yeah, we try for every Thursday. Sometimes we don't make every Thursday, but yes, Thursday 7 p.m. Eastern time, and it's always just a free class, and just like here, you get to hang out with your friends, get to know people, make new friends, and it's just fun. And we always do a giveaway too, and the giveaway usually has something to do with whatever I'm crafting with. But
okay.
you know,
I remember you did that the other night. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I would say too, you know, don't feel like you have to have. This is what I tell everybody, even in the live. You don't have to have the products that I'm crafting with, because you know, we always talk about how you can pull from your own craft stash and do very similar creations just by using your imagination a little bit and kind of mixing it up.
Absolutely.
I would say that about any class that you take.
I think so too.
You know, don't feel like you have to have all of the products. It's not always about selling product. It's about, you know, just being creative and just kind of having fun with even whatever products you have already.
If you have, I know, back to my neighbors, the little girls across the street, when they walked into this room, and I told you, this is not a fancy room. This room is loaded with stuff, and it's just a big, it would be overwhelming. But they saw my stuff, and it was like, oh, this is the best in the whole world kind of thing. And just imagine as a kid, I mean, the stuff that we had as a kid, it was so simple.
Oh, yeah.
And it felt like it was the world to us, right? So, yeah.
Well, I think I literally had just, you know, crayons. I didn't have access to stamps and stuff when I was a little kid. So, yeah, no, I remember when our grandson, how old was Owen when he was in here? Maybe 9, 8. And he loved, oh my goodness, he just he just loves being creative and stuff. And oh, he was having a ball, and he was here at the perfect time too, because we were just getting ready to take apart the studio. So he got to take some supplies that mixed media stuff that I don't use anymore. So I gifted them to him, so he gets to enjoy those.
That's super.
There we go. So I think my little reindeer are done.
Yeah, they saw shaker cards for the first time, and they were pretty flipped out.
Ah.
Yeah. Just seeing it through, like you were talking about crafting, enjoying it like you did as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you think of your room as a kid might look at it, this is heaven place. This is just a little piece of heaven is what it is.
No, if my son growing up in with my craft studio and just having access to playing, and oh my goodness, he always loved it when he had projects to do and stuff for school.
Oh yeah. Real good.
Yeah, I remember the first time he asked me if he could use my Copic markers. So we had a little conversation and a lesson about, the fact that they're a tool, not a toy.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And, and you have to respect things so that they last. And he did great.
Oh, that's neat. It's good that you were the kind of mama that said, here, use it, but do it right. Yeah,
well,
that's smart.
Yes,
that's good parenting.
And to some degree, I mean, you want to let them run a little bit, but at the same time, I was kind of watching over, going, please don't hurt anything.
No, it's not
but
a
then
Posca
at the
where
same
you have
time,
to pound on it.
No, yeah, but then you can always. I didn't want to. Also, you don't want to inhibit what they're doing or stop their creativity or make them afraid to do anything. So,
oh no,
you kind of got to say, well, you know what, I can always replace it.
That's good. That's good attitude. And that's kind of what we do as when we're creating too, right? It's like, well, this may not work out, but we're okay.
Very good point.
Yeah. I think he should need a blanket on that beer belly. I'm kind of worried about him
look at
catching
that.
a cold.
That is really, that's going to be my husband and I quite soon.
November. Let's get cozy.
I love it.
So, Brenda Gentry, I want to give you a shout out because you have been telling me for some time that Angi Hunt's awesome, and you are right.
Oh, thank you.
She loves you, so.
Oh, thank you.
She's a sweet crafter. And she would say not always, but she often she makes beautiful cards, but she often has somebody in mind when she does make them. So do you do that? Are you are you a card sender to specific people, or?
I am a card hoarder.
No, my kind of
to be honest with you.
I don't know anybody about like that.
I am a card hoarder. I have given cards out, and when I do give cards out to people, I have been known to say, now if you're not going to keep it, please give it back. Because I am serious, because it's to me it's my art.
Uh-huh.
And I put time into it, and I put love into it, and I hate for it to just end up in the garbage. So yeah, I've given cards to like my mom, my cousin, some of my girlfriends, and I've just basically said, if you're going to keep it, great. But if you're not, I would like it back, because I don't want it to just end up in the garbage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I don't blame you. I don't.
Oh, look.
I get it. I do.
All right, let's see. So here I have Hello Winter. So let's see what we've got here. Snowy day, baby, it's cold outside. I just want to, I'm going to open this up and I'm just going to put a little sentiment. I think I might actually put this little snow hat here. So this is actually going to be some of the collage stuff that you were talking about.
Okay, your stacks. Isn't that what you called it,
Yep.
stacks?
Stack and collage.
I love that. I really liked them.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I used to see, I love things like planners and calendars and, you know, and all that. But I am not the type of person to sit and do that. So I was like, how can I want to do that kind of thing, but I want to do it in my card making.
Yeah.
And that was when I decided to give it a try. And we created a couple of stamp sets. And I showed them at trade show. And everybody loved it. And I loved working with them. And that's really where the stack and collage came from. And it's just been, everybody's loving it. It's just such fun to create, to literally stack all these different sentiments in different ways. You can really customize your message that you want to give to somebody. And it can be different for all different people.
Those would be really good in those dies too that everybody used last week. Everybody used this last week. But they have all sorts of little images, so those would be
yeah, that'd be perfect.
Little thematic image die things. And
because you can stack them on top of each other in different colors. There's all different, if you look at it, I mean, there's all different fonts, so you can stack in all different colors. You can do some sideways, you know, all kinds of stuff with them if you want. It's just really fun. So here's a baby. It's cold outside. I'm going to lower that down a little bit because I think I'm going to
You do that so well. You don't sing that. You're not singing, baby. It's cold outside. That's really hard to do.
You don't want to hear that.
When you guys hear that, don't you hear that song?
There's a reason I'm not singing it.
But it's hard. Alrighty. It's hard not to sing it.
Wonder how many people watching are singing that in their head now.
I bet there's a couple.
I'm going to keep with the color scheme on the inside here as well.
Oh, he's so cold. He feels better. Is that right? Is that how that's supposed to be, or is it supposed to be on the arm?
I think it's the arm.
Well, he's going to keep his bare belly, I do believe. He's supposed to be right there, I do believe. Well, sorry, dude. I promised you something warm, but you're not going to get it.
The beer will keep him warm.
Mr. Producer, you don't know all the characters here. But Mr. Producer is also our chief of police.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he is. But
Very cool.
His thing is he's very corrupt.
Exceptionally.
And he's very bribable with beer.
Oh, so, okay.
You see, yeah. We haven't talked about Mr. Producer being the chief of police and corruptible as he is lately. We have this whole, you're on every Friday and almost every Friday, and you start developing all these little things in your life. It becomes almost real. I was thinking he might need a little picture there, but I don't think he does. And if he'd had a little braided rug underneath him, he would have been really cute.
Oh,
but
I think he's super cute.
He can live without a braided rug. I think so. The beer will keep his feet warm. I think this one's probably pretty good. I like it. I'm pretty happy with Mr. Bear.
I think it's adorable.
And it's a
I'm
Z
almost
fold.
done.
You are just,
Let me
I
see
can
it.
sit back and relax.
Let me see
It's
here.
a
Let's open it
C
up. That is so
fold.
cute.
So you have a place to write, and there's not going to be anything there, I don't think.
I love it. I love that little scene. I'm seriously headed there.
Yeah, I probably should. Hat Trick says I should do a little gray shadow. I'm a little scared to do it at this point, Hat Trick. Because if I mess it up, I've messed up the whole thing.
Oh.
So I don't know. A little gray. I can go light, I guess. Let's see what this looks like on. Ooh. Oh, I'm having some anxiety.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. I usually laugh about my anxiety after it happens. It's just like, well, whatever. What do you mean you're having anxiety? It's a card. Don't do that to yourself.
There we go.
How's that? You can barely see it. That's good. That will be his braided rug. That's not braided. And he's watching Tom Brady. Well, speaking of Hat Trick Smith, I had a lot of fun with her on our third show this week. She was a lot of fun, but she has a question for you. She says, if you
for me?
if you only had 5 minutes to make a card, what main design elements or techniques would you rely on to make sure you finished on time? 5 minutes.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. I would pull out that's easy for me. I would pull out some of my frames. So I would grab one of my frames, whether it was just straight and stitched like this or a scallop, because I like to have that detail around the edges. I would pull out one of my stack and collage, and I would either do this with one of our ledger stamps, or where you're collaging around a series of lines, almost like a pattern.
Okay.
Or I would just do a freeform collage with one of these. This is really a go-to. So, you can see here, I did it already, and you can even do something really simple like this. But so here I've got Burr, Baby It's Cold Outside, and I have one of the little icons, which is like a little snowy hat. But I could create something with my little snowman here and the little boots and just some of the definitions and the different words, and just stack them and layer them, and literally just put that right in the center of your card, and have either a scalloped edge or a stitched edge, and in 5 minutes you're done.
That is pretty good.
That's the magic of the stack and collage stuff. They happen really fast. We've got a lot of videos too on YouTube showing a lot of different ideas for that. Where I've crafted with them.
Oh, fun.
So I think I'm just about done. I'm going to go ahead. And you know what? I'm thinking the colors that I chose in the little deer really it ties in the gold.
Yep, I think you're right.
Because that has that warm golden color in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on the side of this. Yeah. That wasn't planned. I just laid it on there and went, wait a minute, that works.
It was innate. You knew.
I knew.
Well, while you finish that up, I'm going to make sure that I have all of the parameters met. I have a fancy fold that's not fancy, but it's an easy one, and it's a Z or Z fold. My aquarium colors are blues and greens with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But I think it feels watery, kind of, but cozy. And my November it's time to get cozy because it's turning winter up here. I know for our Southern Hemisphere friends that isn't true, but it is here. And my 3-item cluster is this whole little scene. They got a little lamp, the chair with the bear, and the bookcase, and he's all snuggled in there, little Kerwin kitty, as almost an embellishment. Plus, we have some other little 3 items down here, but that's but that doesn't matter. So I think I did it. I present this as my
too.
Card for
It's
$190. Yay!
That's adorable.
Thank you. Let's see if we've got.
I love it.
I think you did it too. Let's count them off and make sure we got them.
Yep. I've got my gatefold. The only thing I would do differently is I would back this in white.
Oh, gotcha.
That's the only thing because I would rather that wasn't blue when I opened it up. But, again, so I have my gatefold. My aquarium colors are all in the back here. So, even in here, because there's sand at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we have, the shimmery of like the coral and the scales of the fish and stuff like that. And the blues and the greens all in there, as well as the sandy bottom. November is the season or the time of the year. And then my little 3 clusters are the little stars in the sky.
Look at you. Look what you did. And it's adorable.
It wasn't so scary after all.
Would you have made this card on your own, you think?
Yeah, except the fact that it's a gatefold, I would have, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I don't like gatefolds. It's just, like I said, it's just the measuring, and it just takes more time. So for me, it would have just been a straight A2. That's the only difference.
But it's cool
I do
when
like
it's a gatefold.
it. I think it's, but I like them. I just don't make them because I don't like measuring.
Okay, so
but it was actually very easy.
I don't measure them.
I didn't measure. That's the whole thing. I just kind of, I did. I had to score it at a certain place, but
I usually just bring it to what looks like the middle and then just kind of go back and forth with these.
Oh, I see.
Until they're pretty much in the center, and then give them a crease.
There you go. Perfect.
That's the non-measuring cheat way. More art than science. Darn right. Well, let's let you relax for a minute and enjoy the victories there that you have deserved. And we'll tell everybody else how they can play, give away some stuff, and thank our patrons. Be right back to say goodnight to you.
Okay.
So don't get in that comfy chair yet. All right, you're going to want to play, I hope, because you just use those same 4 parameters, made a handmade or handcrafted cards, upload it to craftroulette.live. There is a submission form. Just fill it out completely, and it will automatically end up on our gallery, which will go live Monday morning at midnight. If you want more time and want to support the show so that we can stay here presenting these crazy shows and parameters every week, we would suggest and would love to have you as a patron. Oh, look at those nice people coming up. This brings us up to the end of the year. Biddy Penny is our last guest of the year, believe it or not. Caitlin Anthony will be here next week. It's Black Friday. She said it's her favorite color, so she wants to be on that show. Shannon will be on the 1st of December. Then we get to welcome back Christine Bertram from Stampin' Up! See how her year has been. Then we get to welcome Christina Warner for her first episode on Craft Roulette. And then we get to close out the year with Biddy Penny with our special guest in between Biddy Penny and Christina, my twin sister, Mary Claus. Don't miss a week. We would miss you a lot. Set that bell. Click that bell. Set those alarms. We do want to thank our patrons. This show does take some coins to produce. And we just keep finding new things that we have to have. So our patrons keep us here. This is our free content. And it's because of these people, those precious souls behind those names, that we are here. So if you want to join us, we do offer a lot of bonus content. We're having more fun over there than we can even articulate accurately, because my mouth's kind of tired anyway, and it's not articulating very well, coffee or not. But we do thank you, each and every one of you. I saw somebody say, when is the next Zoom call? The all Zoom call will be in December, the second Saturday, and then the Club Fun will be the last Saturday of November, and the Fun Supporters and Club Fun Happy Birthday Card Party will be the last Thursday of November. So we got a lot going on. If you want to know all the stuff, you can go on our website, go to craftroulette.live, support our efforts, drop down menu, and there's all sorts of stuff there. We appreciate you and thank each and every one of you. Oh, but this is the fun time for everybody. And did I say something about another goodie bag? I did, and I'm happy to do it. I pulled out all the Christmas stamps that are in my goodie bag stash so that you will be getting Christmas stamps in your goodie bags for the next few weeks. I'm looking for a pin. I'm not just being a weird dancer. So, if you sent in a card, 388 cards last week, if you did, your name should be on that list, and we will be spinning it first for a Krog, a Craft Roulette original giveaway, a handmade card with an itty-bitty gift. This goes anywhere in the world. Reagan Zink, I'm glad you had a fun evening. Thank you for joining us. You're ready to win? I like that. Thinking garden, you might. Thinking garden spot. You might. Did you win it this time? Nope, not this time. Terry McNeil, there is a form on craftroulette.live that is claim prize. Please fill that in before Sunday night. That would be great. I'll probably do it Monday, but I may do it sooner. But if you haven't heard from me by Tuesday, call the police. I may be hibernating, being all cozy with Mr. Bear. For a Craft Roulette goodie bag, it's going to Joe Henderson. Congratulations. I think she's U.S. So good for you. And another goodie bag. Congratulations, sire. What does that mean to have 1,000 subscribers? I don't know. But it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And we are celebrating with you. Catherine H. is not, I don't think she's in the U.S., but I will send you a card anyway with a Krog. So send me your address and claim your prize, and we'll take care of that. If you are in the United States, we'll take care of that too. But I think you're like in New Zealand, aren't you? Is that the one I think you are? I don't know. How about a Whimsy Stamps gift certificate? Who wouldn't like that? We like cute. They got cute. They got pretty too. Oh, Meg, let me know that you want that. Please use the same email that you sent your card in with also, because there is a safeguard there so that not some little nefarious gift certificate snatcher won't come along and take your prize. Not that anybody's going to do that, but they really aren't going to do that. For this calls for confetti, Melody S. Congratulations. We appreciate our spin sponsors. We've had so many this month. It's been great. Desiree Tangles with Paper. She's got some beautiful stamps. You will be getting one from her. She is one of our guests, and she designed her own little stamps, and it was very, very cool. And that would go to Susan Hughes. Congratulations. We love prizes. We love giving away stuff. We love celebrating. It's all good stuff. A $30 gift certificate from Angi at LDRS. Now you've seen kind of what their style is and things. Aren't you excited to go shopping? I think so. Anita, I'm so glad for you. Anita had bad news last week, so I am glad that you got a gift certificate, but you gotta let me know you want it. And for that, CZ Designs, our sweet friend Kathy Zilski. Was she here? She is so fun. Thanks for joining us tonight and last week. Oh my gosh, we've gotten a lot of cards, Mr. Producer. Monica Manetti. Congratulations. But make sure you let me know so I can get that information to you. Use that claim prize form by Sunday night, please. Congratulations all. Thank you, spin sponsors. We really do appreciate letting us give away your stuff. It's great. Let's bring Miss Angie back on and say goodnight to her, shall we? Woo! Victory dance! Victory dance! I know you were a little bit nervous, and I think it's just so brave for you to try.
Oh, thank you. It was actually quite fun. Once I knew I was safe.
Right. Well, nobody likes to be in a bad spot.
No, it's just I think it's just a little bit of anxiety of the unknown, but it was great. I enjoyed it. So thank you so much for having me tonight.
Oh, I believed in you. I did get sweaty palms, I think, for at least 150 episodes. So a first timer, I would have still been having definite butterflies and somersaults in my stomach. So yeah, I think you did great. I really did. It was a wonderful evening.
It was a lot of fun.
Good.
Thank you.
I know I'll be reading the Chatterbox tomorrow. I always enjoyed to see what they were up to during the calls. Is there anything coming up besides Thursday night that we need to know about?
Well, we actually have a new collection that's going to be coming out at the end of the month on November 30th. So that's pretty big. And then we've got a big Black Friday sale that's going to be announced. So if, I would recommend if anybody wants to, get the heads up and be in the know of what's going on, sign up for our email list. Because we send stuff out all the time, whether it's just inspiration or if it's a special sale. But I'll tell you, if you haven't seen one of our Black Friday sales, you're gonna be in for a big shock, because we do a really, really big sale. So it's pretty cool. You don't want to miss that.
And that would be this Friday, like a week from tonight. A week from today.
Yeah, that's but we sometimes start them early. So if you want to know exactly when it gets launched, you want to get your email.
Sign that newsletter. That's right.
Yes.
That's not a bad
idea. Your
link
is going to be in there too. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds important. Make sure you subscribe to their channel as well, because they're going to have a new release. You're not going to want to miss that. And everybody, have fun on Black Friday. But first, we just want to take a moment to tell you how thankful we are for you all for joining us, making us have a wonderful year from last Thanksgiving to this Thanksgiving. What a journey this is on Craft Roulette, and it wouldn't be fun at all without you guys. Kisses for the brain. Yeah, baby. We did it. It's time to kiss our brains and say goodnight. Thank you, Angie. You were delightful.
Oh, thank you so much.
Mr. Producer, well done. I'm glad you got your ear thing all figured out. Chatterbox, you're the best. Good night. Stay safe. And we love you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye, everybody. Good night.